I was thinking about something. Is it even possible to help anyone? Honestly? Is it worth it? You know, there's something interesting about help. It is that people tend to react very funny when you talk about help. Let me help you. It's almost like, what's the catch? And how do you feel? Do you think it's possible to really help people, or is it just like, why bother? People can't change. It's gonna stay the same, and it's not possible to change anything about anything really. Is that the way you look upon life, look upon your fellow man? Is it? No, let's look at something which is really impossible. What could be really impossible? Somebody who is like terminally ill. It's a difficult thing to alleviate, right? But alleviate you could, right? You could make it nice for this person in their last time on the planet, right? It could be possible. So I guess, what do we mean by help? We mean make it a bit better, much better, or a little bit better. It's just that's help, right? Help is a sort of like a gradual thing. It doesn't have to be that, okay, you help me with my health by making me feel like I'm 25 years old again. And that's the only thing I will accept. If you can't do that, you can't help me. That's a bit overdone, right? Is there a situation whereby you can actually not help someone? Meaning make it a little bit better for them, or better their chances somehow? Is that possible? Is there a situation where we can look at someone and say, there's nothing you can do? I guess, from my perspective, is sort of like somebody's terminally ill, then you can just make it better for them in their last time as that identity, because I'm not really buying the one life only thing. I don't think you die, but that aside, I think it's fair to say that it's difficult to change that circumstance of that somebody is gonna die. We're all gonna, this piece of flesh here is not gonna stand forever, obviously. It's not built for that. It's built to make way to the next generation and so on. So back to this health thing. I think it's very fascinating to discuss help, because you actually find out that if you say help, then people think, you're up to something. I want to help you, or you want to mess with me. That's so interesting, right? People are totally suspicious about help. So it's very difficult to help someone. If you want to help someone, they're gonna suspect that you're trying to do the exact opposite, right? What are your feelings about that? Do you think it's possible to help someone? You think it's possible to someone to come up and help you? Or will you totally distrust them? Be honest now. Will you distrust someone who said, I help you? Just that statement, I help you. Let's see if I can say it without laughing. I help you. I would like to help you. Would you trust such a person? Or would you say, he's up to something? What about if it was your mother, your brother? Then of course you would say, yeah, okay. Plausible. Could be the case. If it's your neighbor saying, is there anything I can help you with? sort of like, okay, so he's trying to get a sort of like a favor that I owe him or something. It's very difficult to help people, because if you just want to help someone, it's like, what's the catch? They're thinking that immediately. What's the catch? You know? So there's two aspects. There is the, can you receive help? Is that even possible? Are you willing to receive help? You know? And is it possible to help someone? There's two things, but let's just work with that a little bit, because it could be that it's very difficult to help someone who is distrusting the very nature of help. You know, it could be that that is a main barrier to help, is that people don't think it's possible. They don't, I mean, they've been betrayed so many times that if someone comes and say, I'll help you, they think, okay, I better watch out now. You know? I think a conclusion, if I should make one at least, should be that if you are to be helped, you at least have to be willing to be helped. Does that make sense? I mean, you have to say, okay, I am open for help. You know, there's also this thing about pride. I mean, I don't need help. Why is that? Why do we have that I don't need help thing? Is that not because we are expecting that we need to return the favor at some point, if it is help? It's like a loan, and you're sort of like, I don't need any loans. But what if I genuinely just want to help you? Let's just imagine that this is the situation. I want to help you. And is there any chance that you can get over that idea that I'm basically here to mess with you somehow because I'm saying I would like to help you? I mean, it could be anything. It's just a thought thing anyway. I just think, I mean, this I'm not here to actually by the end of this talk all of a sudden say something smart. Okay, so that's what I'm going to help you with. I'm not going to do that. I'm just talking about help. I'm discussing the fact that it's not really possible to help someone who is so suspicious that they will not accept help. Have you ever tried to help someone who was not either believing in help was possible for them, or simply not trusting you that you would actually help them? Have you tried that personally? Been in that position that you honestly tried to help someone and they just couldn't accept receiving help? Or maybe they said they would receive it and then you tried to help them and it didn't work out. You tried that? I mean, I tried that, so I guess it's a very common thing. But I think it's a fact that we basically would really like to help our fellow man. Think about this question. Do you, by your, I mean, the totally honest, do you want to help people around you? Do you want to make their life better? I think the answer is yes. Okay, so if that is the case with your neighbor, then he probably has that basic idea that he would like to help you with whatever. You know, it's just what we're discussing here is not, it's just basically, what is this thing help? Is it possible? I don't think you can find any circumstance in life where it's not possible to make it a bit better. So I think all situations can be helped. That is possible. But it's definitely so that a lot of people will not accept help. That's also the case, and that's going to make it so much more difficult, because if you don't accept help, then you will almost feel that you've been somehow tricked if you then all of a sudden is helped. You know, it's sort of like somebody who don't want to eat, and then you somehow, because you desperately want to help them, you trick them to eat, and they all of a sudden discover you tricked them to eat, and then they say, because you made them do something against their own will, and that's not really help, is it? Even though if they were starving to death, is it? Interesting. Sometimes if you want to do something for another person, they really don't want to have, I mean, we can see this person is suffering, or at least we see it like that. We want to sort of like push them in that direction, or food or whatever, but they don't view that as help. That makes it very difficult. I'm not saying the help issue is easy. I'm saying that it's somehow essential for human relationships that we do try to help each other simply by trying to help them. And we should also be in a state where we can accept help without immediately thinking, you're trying to trick me. There is some thought behind what you're saying. You know, just pay attention to people around you and just notice whether or not they're willing to help for real, or if they are willing to accept help. I mean, there's very key things about human interaction. I mean, we're so used to people, also big organizations say, okay, we'll help with whatever, and it's really them trying to make some money, right? Or so I'm not saying that everything which is offered as help is help. Not at all. I'm not saying there is no such thing as betrayal. Not at all, because there is, definitely. But I'm just saying it is interesting that the very automatic reaction for a lot of people towards help is that, you're trying to get me. And that's a bloody shame. Okay, so can we agree on that? That's a bloody shame. Can we agree on that it is possible to help people? I mean, in theory, right? It's possible. There hardly could be described a situation where some things could not be made better, right? So in theory, it's possible to help people. It's possible to help you. It would be possible for me to help you somehow, you know? Name your terms, and that could happen. But so whether or not I could do it, I don't know what your problems are and so on. So I'm not sure I can help you, but something could be done to help you. That's important. And basically, help is a key thing amongst humans to be able to accept and give. You feel, if you can't help anyone around you, you feel kind of worthless, right? That's interesting. It's very important for you deep down to be able to help others, but it's also so interesting that people are so reluctant to receive help. So these things doesn't really play out well, do they? So that is a barrier. But just as a fundamental thing, if we can agree that help is possible, yeah, I know it's not necessarily easy and so on, but just bear with me with this talk. I'm only trying to get you to agree that help is possible, that's all. And also to notice that you, personally, deep down, actually want to help other people. I think I'm right in assuming that. And you notice yourself that it's difficult to help other people. We don't have to take it any further than that. It's just a discussion of what is the essence of help. Is it possible? Why is it that people are so suspicious about it? And just to maybe create some awareness about this topic, because I find it essential. And I think you also find it essential, right? So I think this is important. It's not talking about something not important. This is actually maybe the key thing about what you feel is valuable about yourself, is those capacities you have to help other people, to help the community around you, to help your kids understand things in school or whatever. It's your ability to help which is key in terms of measuring out how valuable you think yourself are, really. Because you have someone who is like really rich and doesn't do anything for other people. I don't think that person really think they are valuable, you know, deep down. I think it's a very important thing to help other people. And I think if you help by whatever help you can provide, you feel that you have done your part. And that's important. I mean, I'm not saying that you should help other people at the expense of your own health and your own, for instance, help a group to an extent where you sacrifice your own family or your own health or whatever. I'm not saying that, or that you should help a dying lion and you get killed in the attempt to help this dying lion or something like that. I'm not saying that help is always the smart choice. Not at all. But I'm saying that you feel valuable to the extent that you actually are able to help. Now, I've talked a lot about this thing now, so I think that I hope that I have helped you think about this topic a little bit, because I think that was what I set out to do. Okay, so maybe I completed my mission and maybe not. But oh, by the way, if you have any comments to whether or not I have actually, I almost don't dare say it, if I have helped you just a tiny bit, I would appreciate a comment back. Yeah, because I think this is a key thing. Our ability to help others. That is so key. Alright. Anyway, take care. And see if you can extend some help out in your life to other people. And see if you can be a little bit better to accept the help you are offered. And you are offered help because people deep down, I believe that very strongly, want to help our fellow man. Alright, enough said. Take care.